Food Review Friday is a little late, but I'm here to check out some pho at the best place to do it, which is Little Saigon. And I'm here at this place that's been renowned for a little bit. Every time someone asks where to go in OC for pho, this place comes up. This is Pho Lu. This is how you know it's a good place. It's late, it's past 9, but it's still packed. The parking lot is still pretty full, and I'm excited about this because I love hot soup, especially on a cold day. So let's check it out. Cheers. So I kind of like the menu. Most everything is about 13 bucks for a medium-sized bowl of pho, except the filet mignon, which is a little more. But either way, they've got the variety. They've got the dak biet, which is a regular combo. They've got chicken pho. They've got the oxtail. Huge supply. They've even got a kids menu, which is kind of cool. They've got the banh mi sandwiches, special vermicelli, appetizers, and pretty much everything you'll expect in a standard place. Rice plates, drinks. This is going to be a lot of fun. Food here comes in super fast, which is nice. I ended up getting the oxtail pho. And take a look at this. Vegetables. Look at that. Look at that huge piece of oxtail. Yum. And then, of course, noodles and soup. This is interesting because even without tasting it, I can taste hints of cinnamon, which is interesting. Let me try that right now before I dip anything in. Down the hatch. Interesting. It does taste a little cinnamony. It's a little sweet. It's a little heavy. Heavier than the broth that I'm used to, but that's going to happen with oxtail. But that said, it is a little, like I said, a little heavier than I'd like. Lots of herbal flavor. Which is good. I like that a lot. Trying a little bit of that oxtail broth. That's good. Love a good oxtail broth. This is delicious. Let me show you that oxtail again. Look at the size of that piece of meat. Try a little bit on its own. Down the hatch. This is not a light dish, guys. This is heavy food and the flavor's great. I'm gonna add in my vegetables. I'll show you what that's like, a little tip for how to eat pho. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Cheers. All right, I've added my veggies. I like a lot of vegetables, and when you do the herbs, it's good to just tear up the leaves a little bit. That way you get the full flavor seeping into the soup, kind of like this. So let's take a look. You've got jalapenos, you've got your bean curds. They're very generous with the vegetables. You've got herbs right here, basil, love basil, and this is what I do. Now you take chopsticks. It'd be easier with two hands, but for your sake, I'm showing you one-handed. You're gonna take those noodles, put them over, and you're gonna flip it over. Look at that. The broth is going to cook itself. Those noodles are going to weigh down the vegetables, and it's going to cook that way. Okay, I like my stuff pretty well done in terms of veggies, and that way you also kill it. That looks good. And kill anything that in there. High enough temperature and you're golden. For me, I tend not to put the oxtail into the pho. I like to eat it separately. Take a look. Still such a huge piece. For $13.25, this is a really good price. Really good. So I lied, I put it into the soup, but this is what makes oxtail pho amazing. Spinal process, you've got the, they've got the canals where all the connective tissue is. Look at all that fat, all that oil, all that protein goes straight into the soup. And see that jiggly part? Connective tissue? This is, I love this stuff, I do. All that cartilage, all that tendons, all the connective tissue turns into an amazing goop. And it's really good. And a good pho place, you'll know because it's been in there for a while. It's all breaking down, it's all delicious. It's nice and soft. So I want you guys to see something. I'm digging into this plate, and most places you see pho, and you're thinking, hey, that's mostly filling, there's not a lot of meat, whatever, mostly noodles and soup. Not here. Oxtail can be bony, but this, I want to show you the bones that I got, all right? That's not a lot of bones at all. Not a lot of bones at all. Which means that huge chunk of meat that you got is mostly meat. I love this place. I like it a lot. Check this out. I've been working at this bowl for a while. It still looks full. So I'm gonna finish my meal. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll let you know how it goes at Pho Lu. Pho Lu. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. Cheers. All right, let's talk about Pho Lu. This is how much food is left. This is almost full, and half of this is meat. All right, you are getting a ton of food for your money here. That bowl of oxtail pho was about $15, $14 and change. Now, a couple of things to point out. One, cash only. All right, doesn't matter what Yelp says, cash only. So just be ready for that. Here's the other thing. You'll see a lot of reviews complaining about the service, a lot about the rudeness. It is whatever you do. You know, you got to know with Asian restaurants, they rely on volume. They rely on fast turnover. So do understand, they're not rushing you. That's just the way of things. It's true that there's going to be bad service sometimes, but, you know, it is what it is. And sometimes, you know, don't mistake haste for rudeness, because, again, turnover is a thing. And for the record, for what it's worth, I got treated pretty well here. Seated quickly, served quickly. They're trying to rotate tables, and it's still packed. In fact, it's busier now than when I got here. So just be aware of that. That rude service, you know, brusque is not rude. That said, there may be situations, you know, that's for a different discussion. But right now, let's talk about Pho Lu. Again, large portions, great prices, fast service. It's great. You can't... The broth is interesting. It's interesting. I prefer a couple other places, but it's clean. When I say clean, I mean it tastes clean. It's hot and certainly an interesting flavor. That cinnamon kind of hint there, interesting, very good. But overall, this is a great place. Lives up to the hype. Pho Lu rating, that's hot food. Great stuff. Cheers.